Hello again. This is Namrata Notani from the Law Office of Namrata Notani PLLC, and I'm here to answer a few of your questions that have been asked over the last few days. One of the most common questions that have been asked is about vehicles. Some people have wonderful cars, multiple cars, and some just have cars, and they want to make sure that those cars are being inherited. Those cars, trucks, jeeps, whatever you may have, are being inherited by their loved ones, by their children, the right way. And where do you put them? Do you put them in the will? Do you put them in a trust? How do they get inherited? So the answer I have for you is yes, you can put them in a will if you want to. You can definitely have that specific vehicle with the model number and everything. Say this vehicle, this car, this Toyota Corolla model this year is going to this particular person. So that's a specific bequest, a gift given to one person. If you want to do that, that's possible and definitely doable. And but as you know, as I've told you often, a will goes to probate. So that just for that one car, that will is going to be admitted in court, and the judge is going to obviously appoint the executor, who's then going to get the access and ability to take that vehicle and distribute it or give it to the person that you have distributed to or provided for in your will. Now, another method of having that vehicle go to your loved ones is also, I guess, putting it in the trust. You can definitely do that as well. Not many people do that because a vehicle is usually individually owned, and a trust would then be owning that vehicle, and then the insurance is going to be on the name of the trust, and everything else you're going to have of that vehicle is, if you're paying a loan on it, installment on it, it's going to be paid from the trust. And so it just becomes complicated, and it's usually not necessary. So the very nice thing about living in Texas, and as I have often said, I serve the great state of Texas, is that in Texas, there is the ability to actually get your car, transfer your car, inherit it, or transfer it to the beneficiary through specific DMV forms that are actually available online. They're available in your DMV, local DMV. So you can actually get these forms filled and filed before the death of an individual, as in I can actually file some forms and make sure that my car is going to be transferred. The title of my car will be transferred over to my daughter or my son or whoever I want. And you can also, or my daughter or my son or my husband can actually take it's called a airship for vehicles, which they can even file afterwards. Like if I have passed away and not put my vehicle in a trust or mentioned it in my will, then it's fairly simple to even then go to the DMV to get they're called VTR forms. And there's a link. I actually have links for it on my website, which is notanilaw.com. If you go to the resources section in the forms, there are vehicle transfer forms available over there. You can even Google on DMV, just on vehicle transfer after death, and you will get these forms that are given by the DMV, and you can just fill them out, and with certain proofs and just driver's license and things like that, proof of insurance, there's a whole list that is given, provided in the form. It's fairly simple to follow. You can actually get the vehicle transferred even after death to the surviving spouse or to children, and it isn't that difficult procedure. So that's why generally vehicles are not put in a trust, and they may be mentioned in the will, but a better way of transferring vehicles is by going through the DMV directly with the VTR forms, instead of trying to wait for probate and having an executor appointed just for the will. So that's my little bit of tip for the vehicles. Now, for just other tangible property, anything of sentimental value, you may have some particular pieces of jewelry, any of that, you can again put in a will. You can also put it assign it, all of the personal properties, tangible properties, in a trust. You can also have a memorandum that is attached to your will or your trust, in which you have the specific item with its description, along with the person that you want to give it to, and that memorandum is attached, and you reference it in the will or in the trust and say that is how I want to distribute those particular items and how I want to give them to this particular person. Because let's say I want to give my grandmother's ring that came to me to my daughter. I don't want it going to my son, let's say, and I just say, okay, this particular ring, I want to go to my daughter, and I'm going to have that in the memorandum, and that's going to be attached to the will and the trust. So that is how you assign personal property either into the trust or specifically a specific bequest to the particular person that you want to give it to. So I hope that was helpful for all of you that ask questions regarding that. And I will be back with some more information on other things next time. So you take care. Have a wonderful day. And don't forget to subscribe my channel. And if you have any questions, you can book a call with me on my website, notanilaw.com. I'll see you soon.